So I think one of the most important things for us here at King, as you know, is that we grounded all of our decisions in our values as a school. And so I think, you can certainly tell a lot about what a school values by how they spend their resources. And time, I think, is one of our most valuable resources. Sometimes I think it's actually our most valuable resource. And so as we started to get our arms around what the challenges were going to be that were, of course, caused by COVID-19, those were definitely physical challenges in terms of how we used our campus, definitely time challenges in terms of how we built schedules that were going to best serve students. What we kept going back to was our strategic plan. And our strategic plan definitely focuses on the student experience. We were a school that talks a lot about making sure that each student in our school experiences their learning here in ways that they find compelling and that always leaves them hungry for more. And so as we started to build out our schedules, one of the things that we knew was that we wanted to certainly get our students back to campus safely. And the safety and health actually of all of my colleagues and all of our students has been primary for all of us. And of course, you can't have a great educational experience if you're not safe and healthy. And so part of what we have then put down is actually some of the pieces of our strategic plan that really were calling us to think a little bit differently about how students might learn in ways that really prepare them for the kind of work that they will do when they leave us. And so that means that we've been focused on continuing our commitment to teaching students how to do excellent research, and making sure that we were building a schedule that would allow students the time necessary to do exactly that. So what we have in place now is a system where we have our students on campus. We have our lower school students on campus 5 days a week. And they're working through a modified schedule where our teachers are working with associate and assistant teachers to make sure that we keep our students socially distanced properly. Of course, everybody's wearing masks. Of course, everybody's washing our hands and using hand sanitizer all the time as well. All of the protocols that I know that all schools really have to be using. And happily, we seem to be using them really successfully. But also making sure that we have time for those students to really dig into material and get to a place not just where they can parrot the answers back to a teacher, but where they have enough time to really learn material so that they're really achieving mastery of it. And so for the middle and the upper schools, for them, we actually have a schedule where they're on campus 4 days a week and then also learning from home 1 day a week. So they're on campus Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then on Wednesdays, we have what we call remote Wednesdays, where they're engaged in academics, but also in some community time. And the reason why we think that's so important is, and this is something that we really learned back in the spring, is that one of the things that I think really makes our school special is the time that we get to spend together engaged in community activities and community learning. And because right now we do have to keep everybody distanced, it makes much better sense for us to provide those kinds of opportunities when we are remote on Wednesdays. And so what we're excited about is that we are still striving to teach students to mastery, not just to memorization. Memorization is something that's really not going to be useful to them either now or in the future. We know that we want them to be engaged with their teachers and have that fantastic experience of knowing what it feels like to really be known by a teacher and what that means for the academic achievement that you can actually get to because you feel safe enough to take really good risks. And yet we're doing that in a way that also keeps everybody very safe. And so when it comes to making sure that we're aligning with our values and what we've committed to doing in our strategic plan, I know that every day when I walk the campus that I can see us connecting those dots, which is pretty exciting.